Hi, my name is John Gosman and shalom to you. I've been watching this coronavirus for the last couple of weeks and I've anticipated what happened today on the 17th of March. There's been a huge spike in the cases and deaths in Europe. Now, this is a red alert. The figures are going to get much worse. And also, this message is for those people who are exactly the same as those in Europe. They carried on with their life. They were like monkeys with holding the pips of the coronavirus in their pumpkin and saying there's nothing wrong. So I hope if you're one of those that you'll stop being brainwashed and just change your lifestyle a bit. Going to gym and carrying on a normal life. It's not going to be long that you'll be like those in Europe. There are soldiers and police walking on the streets, preventing people from leaving their houses. So let's look at these statistics and see the facts. These are the top affected countries in the world. The latest information for France has not been updated, but their figures should be pretty much the same as the rest. We find that Italy is now sitting at about 40% of total cases compared to China. Italy's new cases are 3,500. These statistics are from the 16th to the 17th of March. And you can see that Italy's figures are shocking. Over 3,500 new cases in one day, with 345 new deaths. For the last week, Italy has been averaging over 200 deaths per day. They've now shot up to over 300 deaths per day. It's going to be another 2 or 3 days and Italy's total deaths will be higher than China's. As I predicted, South Korea has been pushed down to 6th position. And I believe that in another week or so, South Korea would not be in the top 10 affected countries. The European countries have become the epicenter of the coronavirus. European countries are starting to flatline at over 80% of new cases per day. And with regards to deaths, it's not going to be long and they'll be flatlining with about 90% of deaths per day. Comparing all European countries of the world to China, we find that the European countries' total cases are equal to China. And the total deaths are sitting at 108%, with 8% more deaths in European countries than China. What's also very shocking is those people that have recovered. The European countries have only 6% recovery rate compared to China. And the statistics get even worse. When we compare China to these European countries, we see that China has only 12% of active cases compared to these European countries. These red columns are starting to grow at a rapid rate, and it's a reflection of how big an impact this coronavirus is having. And the same with the world deaths due to coronavirus. We see that the red columns are starting to get bigger on a daily basis. These are the graphs that have been given out by the world's authorities. And you'll see from the 22nd of January the increase of total cases and deaths was going at a 45-degree angle. What's happened over the last week is that the statistics has gone into a 90-degree angle. The figures for the epicenter of European countries is going straight up. So what does this mean? Well, number one, it started in China, and everything that we've heard from China is a lie. And that truth is starting to come out because the European countries are giving us the stats that are closer to the truth. I'm not 100% sure that these statistics are actually 100% correct. But what they are giving us is shocking. And if this is the way that Europe is going, and if their quarantines is going to help, we will start seeing that these figures should start going down in the next 4 to 6 weeks. But then there's the rest of the world. And then it's the epicenter of the third world countries. So these figures for the European countries are so shocking. Can you imagine what it's going to look like when the coronavirus gets hold of the third world countries? I hope that you subscribe to my YouTube to be updated of what's going on. Don't believe the politicians, religious leaders, those that are holding the pips of the coronavirus. They're brainwashed. Wake up to the fact that you've been brainwashed. And I'll send out a video later today or tomorrow explaining to you what is actually going on. Shalom.